little service. How many people are old enough to drink? Well, how many people are not old enough, but they think they're ready to drink? Wow, that's a lot. It's not that simple. So today we're talking about how how drinking can lead to a very serious problem, and then my proposition is maintaining the minimum of the legal drinking age to 21 save a substantial number of lives. So for some background information, well, every day there's people that die on the street because of car accident. And then drinking, and then drunk drive is or driving under influence actually is the major cause of car accident. And then I don't know whether you guys remember, like I think a couple years ago there is a super huge accident that's caused by drunk drivers from, I think it's teenager drunk driver. I don't know how they get drunk, but they drive in the wrong direction on the highway, in the freeway, and then crash into the van. And then that van, there's 6 people in that van, and then there's a family. They're going to a trip, and then they all die. And the people who caused the accident actually, he didn't they didn't get into died or something. They might injure but not die. But it caused like six people died, the whole family. So it's really serious. It's kind of talking about it a lot in the past few years, but hopefully have some information on that. And then there's two secondary claims that I'm here, and then according to Miller on the article case against 21 on National Review Online, it says that alcohol-related driving have fallen sharply since 1982, when a presidential commission on drunk driving urged states to raise their drinking age to 21. And in that year, there were 1.64 deaths per 100 million vehicle miles of travel. And however, in 2001, there were 0.63 deaths, and it's a drop of 62% after the raise of the legal drinking age to 21. And then the first supported claim is that data shows incredibly decrease on the alcohol-related car accident between 30+ years since 1980s. The law raised the legal drink age to 21. And the reason why that says only by legaling the drinking age to 21 has saved large amount of life, because the age group which cause serious car accident and then make people into death is the age group of 15 to 29 years old, according to the article Who by Accident: The Social Morphology of Car Accident by Factor Roy on 2010. And it says that younger age is also a predictor of road accidents. Studies show that accidents constitute the main cause of death among 15 to 29-year-old. It's a is a 42% of the car accident total. And then also it says that young driver possess in inflated sense of their driving ability, which may result under developing the risks involving in driving. So those who think you're really old enough to drink actually it's not, because your body's really not ready for it. And then so in conclusion, oh, by the way, sorry. Just a couple for additional information is the murder against drunk driving, and it's called for the organization called for legal raise up the legal drinking age to 21 because they're losing kids on the events happens around the 1980s. And then in conclusion, the majority of the non-natural disaster which causing deaths among human beings is caused by car accident. And then the majority group which cause the car accident is by the group of age of 15 to 29 years old, and then the main cause of those car accidents is drunk driving.
All right, well, the proposition's identified. I think it needs to be a little bit clear, but it's at the beginning. There's not really a preview of the contents. Later on, about 3.5 minutes into the speech, you say that there are 2 supporting points. That seems to be late in the process, and even then, I don't really get a specific claim for those secondary points, so those need to be sharper. I think you could do a little bit more to show that there's some controversy on this issue, that people are sometimes urging that the drinking age be reduced, and that's why you're having to take this particular position. Like I said, in the body of the speech, I wasn't sure that things were as well organized as they needed to be. It wasn't until well into the speech that you gave us a structure to follow. And on the structure, it wasn't really clear what those 2 points were. I think the second one had to do with the age of drivers, and the first one had to do with the amount of consumption, or the rate at which people are having accidents based on being intoxicated. It needs to be a little bit clearer there. It's also a little confusing because if it's the age of the driver that is the biggest contributor to this problem, how is that related to the drinking issue? And I think you need to develop the argument a little bit more that younger drivers are less likely to be responsible drinkers. You had one quote that dealt with their general responsibility as drivers, but I wasn't sure that any of that was connected to the question of alcohol consumption. So I think that needs to be focused a little bit more. There's a lot of reading going on. I think you needed a little bit more practice. The pace was a little bit slow. And at the end, though, I did think that your summary tried to put those arguments together a little bit more effectively. I know you're there somewhere. There. I thought your arguments were trying to put together those secondary claims a little bit better, and that helps make it make a little bit more sense in the body of the speech. So even though you have information that got lost when you were presenting it, at the end I thought it started to fit together a little bit better. All right, thank you. All right, so Thomas and Albert, we're going to have to hear you on Wednesday.